Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to clean Nintendo 64 cartridges and Super Nintendo cartridges. The only difference between this video and the last video mainly is that the Nintendo 64 cartridge has a metal plate you have to take off, but it's not very difficult to take off, and you only need a small Phillips head screwdriver. Now, just in case you missed my last video, I'll go over the chemical list and equipment list that you'll need to do this again. We'll need brass polish and a 50-50 mix of isopropyl alcohol and water. As far as actual equipment, you will need a 3/8 star bit. This is what's used to take apart Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo 64 cartridges. This is necessary. And of course, the driver. Small Phillips head screwdriver. And once again, an old cotton t-shirt. Of course, this one's a little worse for wear. A lot of people don't seem to emphasize is that you need a clean workspace. I can't emphasize how much this helps. Up for this double feature, we're going to be taking apart a Super Nintendo game. These are the two screws that you're going to be taking out. Right here and here. This is where your 3/8 bit and your driver are going to come in handy. We're going to take those out. Now I want to show you what these pins look like under a zoom lens. Here's what the connector looks like before. See that corrosion? It doesn't go quite as far down as the Nintendo cartridges, but the corrosion is still there. Okay. Our next step, of course, is to clean it. Now in order to do so, first, I'm going to take your brass polish, put just a little bit on the connector, not much. I'd say that would be plenty. Take your old cotton t-shirt and rub it. Both sides. Now, take a dry part of the t-shirt, wipe it off. Now, take the alcohol solution. It just filled this up, so it's quite full. Now we got a little bit on there. Wipe off the connector. Now, let's show you what the pins look like after being cleaned. Now, here's what they look like after. And the other side. Putting it back together is simply reversing the process. Luckily, the chip will only go in there one way. It will not go in the other way. So it doesn't fit. That's the only way it will fit. So you can't mess that up. Once there, you just slip the top back on, and put your screws back in. There we go. For a Nintendo 64 cartridge, flip it over, and there are two screws in the back. There and there. First step is to take those out. Then, just simply remove the cover. There's your game. Now, taking this metal plate off is the next part. That's where you need the Phillips head screwdriver. Small. Then remove the game and take the metal or plastic protective cover off. Now, let's show you what this game looks like before cleaning. Here's what it looks like before. Now, I'm not going to bore you by showing you how to clean it because I've already showed you how to clean a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo cartridge. I think you get it by now that you do it the exact same way. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like after. And the other side. The only real tricky part about cleaning a Nintendo 64 card is putting it back together. Not that tricky, I say tricky, but it's a little more complex, I'll put it that way. First, you probably want to take it with all the chips facing up. Some cards may be different, but from what I've seen, all of them seem to have the chips facing up from the face of the cartridge. Oops, that fell out. There we go. So, you take this, and there is a spot right there. It goes to the side that's facing up. Fits between two little notches. There and there. Okay. With that, you just gotta ease it in to the case. And that, you just reattach your metal plate. And take the Phillips head screws right there and put them back in. Slip your cover back on. Then we need a 3/8 drive, put the screws back in. That's it. Now, a few notes. First and foremost, a little disclaimer. It turns out that the black stuff that comes out on these t-shirts, and you probably see a few spots of it right here, may or may not be corrosion. You probably want to clean these games once and leave it at that for quite a few years. These games don't need to be cleaned every other use. I'd say once you get your system clean, the games clean, you only have to worry about keeping the upkeep at maybe once every few years. I've cleaned my whole collection downstairs and I haven't had the need to clean any of them again. I've cleaned them once and never had to touch them again. Second note is that you may not want to clean it too much or rub too hard. You can remove the plating on some of these connectors, I've been told. One of my users cleaned it so much that he just completely removed the plating, but the game didn't work in the first place, so no harm, no foul. That's pretty much it. The next video I'm going to be covering how to clean a Super Nintendo and a Nintendo 64. I have to wait for the bit driver to get here because it takes a different one than what the games take. And special props if anyone can guess what the background music, which game it belongs to. Anyways, till next time, see you later. And equipment you're going to need just in case you